Tonight we're going to interview Martin Lalor, a Ballapicka's stalwart, played in the backs for a lot of his life. It was there right through the 63 and 64 final, so we're privileged to have Martin here tonight. We're going to go back on a bit of history and look back at the Pickers. But we're going to start off by asking Martin, where were you born, Martin?
Born in Bollebeg in 1939.
Yeah.
And I went to Knoxville during the 40s and into the 50s.
Yeah.
So I went no further.
Oh yeah, that was the usual that time, Martin.
That was my education.
Yeah. So you moved from Bollebeg, you went to...
Down to Moat.
Down to Moat.
In 1967.
Oh, 1967,
I was working in the creamery for a good few years before that, driving the lorry.
Yeah. And was there school in Knock? Was there what kind of a crowd was in at that time?
The old school up at the top of the hill.
Oh, cheap was it? Yeah.
We used to go up the hill walking.
Right.
From our house to there now every morning.
Right. Up on top of the hill, I didn't know that.
The old school, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. And
I just done 1 year in the new school then before I finished.
Right. The school was built in your time.
Probably getting nearer.
Yeah. And was there many pupils up in Spink at the time? Or?
About 28 or. I don't think I ever remember seeing 30 in it now. 27 and 26. And some of my sisters then, they were younger, and that Mrs. Brophy, the teacher at the time, she used to give hand to my mother, so they had someone that was very young to make up the number, just to keep two teachers.
Oh yeah, that was the usual back then, wasn't it? Trying to keep a teacher, and
there was a few other families in the same situation. Small children came just to make up a number,
Yeah. So, but where exactly was that school up on top of the hill, Martin? Was it up over Jimmy Dayton's?
Yeah, up Jimmy Dayton's road, up there.
Oh yeah.
We went up there, up for Files.
Oh yeah.
It's there on the left now, the walls is there still.
Kind of opposite where Pat Brennan lived, was it?
Yeah, it's on the corner there.
I know the walls, I didn't know the school was up there,
That's far away.
Right, and it was a two-teacher school, was it?
Two-teacher school. There was no electric lights, there was no water in it, there was nothing.
Yeah.
You used to put a bag in front of the door when the most of them had been to keep out the breeze.
Yeah.
That was the heating system.
No open fire in it even?
There was an open fire,
Did like that in real bad weather?
A few bags of turf used to be brought.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know who used to supply that now. There was a small amount of heating in it anyhow.
Was Mrs. Brophy, was she the principal or was she
No, she was teaching the small room, but there was a woman from Donegal teaching in the big room.
All right.
Miss McFadden was her name.
Gotcha.
I had no master now, there was no master in my time.
McFadden had the Donegal name anyway, yeah?
Donegal name.
Well, still one of your relations, Dippin McGrath's married to McFadden, so...
Swear to God,
Yeah. So
she used to stay in Ballynakill, she used to come on a bike from Ballynakill to Knock every morning.
Sure. That was it.
Myself and another lad one even were kept in for being late.
Yeah.
And I won't mention who he was now, but we were coming out and he says, I'll put manners in that one. He had a pin he stuck it in the front wheel of the bike.
So there was bow chaps back then as well, Martin,
There was another one at that
time. She wouldn't be as fond of keeping you in from there on anyway. She wouldn't be as fond of keeping you in, yeah. So she used to cycle into Ballynakill,
yeah. Ballynakill,
yeah. Ballynakill was a well populated town that time.
It was a good crowd in Ballynakill at that time. We
popular.
wouldn't have known much about Ballynakill at that time. Being living away there from that side of the parish,
Yeah. It was
no cars or nothing.
Nothing like that,
too often,
To be all on bikes and horses and things like that, yeah.
Pony and trap or a Nassau trap.
Oh, yeah. So you went to school up there until what year did you say, Martin?
I went from 45 to 50, no, 53, I'd say. About there. And
it was the usual, very few people went to secondary school, Martin.
No, there was none. Well, some of the women did finish up, going to secondary, all right.
Yeah.
The most of us went to just that farm,
Yeah, and you started farming, did you?
Started farming, I used to do a bit of work with different ones, Ryan's and Paddy Coolney and different ones, Martin McGrath.
Oh yeah.
Along there. I put in a lot of time with McGrath's going up to ramble in it. And
yeah. So Martin was roughly around your age, was he? Martin McGrath?
Oh, he was what?
Martin McGrath, what age was he versus you?
Martin would have been a good beholder than me.
Oh, would he?
I thought he would.
Yeah.
We used to go to matches with him.
Yeah, I knew that he was a big man for going to the football matches.
Great man for dances too.
Yeah. So then you were Tom farming, like,
and we had a bit of land ourselves, you see. I wouldn't be employed every day.
So
your father wasn't too bad, like, you know.
So you worked in Rhymes as well. Rhymes are Lisbigny, like,
No, Rhymes are very forward.
Oh, right.
And I worked with Maltin Hall for a while too, and those are different places now. Paddy a good bit, like, you know.
Yeah, right.
Very near him there.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
So then I got the job in the Creamery, and I don't know what year, that was about 57, I think, or when I was 18.
You went to the Creamery?
Got a job in the Creamery.
Yeah.
They're on the way to they were after sinking a well.
Right.
The first week or so I was in it, they got.
Yeah. So they were actually the new premises that time?
After them, they brought me in to try in cans of milk.
Oh, yeah.
One day, anyhow, some of the bales that was there was missing, and I used to get an odd day then in there, but when the clay and all that was finished, I used to still get the job. We'd have to go home at dinner time. I only got a half day.
All right, yeah.
The Creamery was very small at that time. You know?
But you were after moving up from Tommy Gorman's Creamery, you were up to where the present site is?
We were at the present one,
But
I was never over at Tommy Gorman's.
Do you remember the Creamery over there?
Oh, that I do. It was there when we were going to school. Like,
all right, yeah. And they took in milk over there.
They did, yeah. But I never worked over there. No.
Oh, yeah. So you worked in the Creamery and then you were taking in the cans, was you?
Yeah, that's where I started.
Yeah. And sure.
So then, after a while, I got down to the store. Johnny Butler, there was mercy on Johnny. He used to be in Great Farm, and he wasn't in for a while. And I got into the store. And then there was holiday time came, and I had to give out the skim. Done a good few jobs. I nearly worked at everything.
In it, yeah.
So back in that went on for a few years. And then about, around the 65 or so, the talk came up that they were going to get a lorry in the Creamery. Your father and Michael Welsh was involved in it.
Yeah.
Because they had a little old small lorry carrying 2 ton.
Yeah.
So they brought this anyhow, and I got the job of driving it.
Right.
So that's where I started driving.
Driving the lorry, and you drove it for years after, But for the sake of the younger folk, explain to us a bit about the people behind the cans, like
people behind the cans in a pony and car. Some people had a trailer behind the car.
Yeah.
And then more people had 2 cans lift up on the back boot of the car tied with a rope, and we'd have to get down off of the stand to lift them up with them, you know. That someone come with a tractor and it would be out too far from the stand.
Yeah.
And you'd have to get in this can, you know. Someone coming down contrary pony, and if you heard there'd be a noise, they'd have to back in with them.
to get them in near the platform,
Yeah, near the platform. You couldn't throw the lid out too hard, or it would frighten
them again, Some lads enjoy frightening them, of course, as well.
No, that goes down too.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And but when you started in the Creamery first, I assume there was no forklift or no lorry.
No, there was nothing. No. If someone would bring the load of mail to the Creamery and you'd have to carry it off and pile it in.
Yeah.
Someone would bring 2 ton of cement and you have to carry that off, and you're shoulder work.
Shoulder work, exactly. There was no forklifts at all or anything.
No, there wasn't. When I started on the lorry, even in about, I think it was 64, I'd say, or 5. I started on this small lorry. And then sure you'd go over to Donegal and we'd load up 2 ton of mail of different sorts, 1000 of something, a ton of pig mail, and bring it on back. Then we'd say how around the country, would 2 bags to you and 1 to Tom and maybe 3 to John Day.
Delivery service.
Go up around Timahon, like all the roads around Timahon, up Loverford.
But the Creamery, I suppose, they separated the milk themselves there, didn't they?
They did, separated the milk there, and the cream used to go to the Lalor.
Yeah.
Mick Lalor at that time was there on the cream from Spink and Raheen to Donaghmore.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So when I got the big lorry then in 67.
Yeah.
We got a new lorry, a grand new lorry.
Yeah.
I had to go one barn to Donaghmore to get into this new lorry. Jasmine, I go behind and said to myself, how am I going to get this around?
Yeah. Good, a good size flat back lorry, like
it was a Comer, right?
Yeah.
ECI 206.
Right, you remember the number of it well, yeah?
I remember the day I had 200,000 miles on it.
Bit of chapers.
Coming back from Waterford. And there was tell you about how lorries at the time, there were good engines in them.
Yes, there was. Just that was savage miles back then, yeah?
Savage miles, which used to be going every day.
Yeah.
At that time, I used to go to Waterford in the mornings, maybe leave home at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And Wallace, the manager in the work, told me one time you can draw all the manure you can. And to say about getting higher lorries, you might have a couple of hours overtime in the morning. If you do that, I know that, all right, so no problem. So we done that for one winter, the first winter. And it was a long day, you see, then from come back and maybe you'd have to take out a ton to someone, and 2 ton to someone else, and that would be back to take the cream. Then I got hand the milk, then that was a terrible, continuous job.
It was constant.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it was a
bank holiday and holiday, but there was, at the time, the money was good, you see. And I needed it, like.
But you're like everyone that time, You just worked and that was it, like,
Nice to have it,
Yeah, so you were going down to the docks in Waterford, obviously, for the fertiliser. And bringing it back up.
Ross and Arklow and the cement factory in Limerick.
Oh, it was another place you had to go,
And very few trips, well, a good few trips to Dublin, though. I never liked it, though. It was always ended up being awkward.
What were you drawing out of Dublin, Martin?
Manure, though.
Oh, fertiliser as well,
Fertiliser,
And coal.
Meal from Bolins and pig meal from Paul and Vincent's and coal down from Rings End.
Down Rings End in Cork now?
In Dublin.
Oh, in Dublin, sorry, in coal down there.
Just an odd trip to Cork, all right, to the boat there for soybean meal and some of them different
things, all right,
Yes.
Yeah, but the cream then was a very constant job, like they took in the milk and they separated
it
every day and went over to Donaghmore. And Donaghmore.
You'd have to collect their spinking first and go on to Raheen and go on to Donaghmore.
Yeah,
that was all with big cans, 20-gallon cans.
All right,
Fierce out with these cans, and then when you're being loaded off the cans in Donaghmore, they used to make it go to the yard and get so much meal. They had about 4 bags high and build the cans on it coming home, then 20-gallon cans, throw up them on it. And
all right, yeah.
It was all right if there was someone there. You were in early, like the boys would be gone off at 5:30, and the cans would be all left out. Again, I'd get around with the lorry and you'd have to throw them up yourself and get up and settle them.
Was there skim milk in them, Martin?
No, empty ones coming back.
Oh, empty ones coming back. Oh, yeah.
They be the cream cans, as we used to call them.
I understand. Over in Spink then, of course, they'd have the skim milk to give out.
That had been gone, like,
Each farmer collect his own.
His own. You go around after throwing in the new milk.
Yeah.
And drive around and get the skim at the other side. They'd have a little book. Each farmer would have his own little book, which a lot of the smart lads wouldn't bring the book. They'd want an extra stuff of skim.
Skim milk. I heard that.
A lot of that went on,
Oh, I heard that, all right, Some of the lads would be looking for extra skim.
Judge, you give me nothing yesterday.
But when you went to Donaghmore, sometimes you did have to draw skim out of Nottingham as well, hadn't you?
Oh yeah, we had to deliver skim to Clonaslee, to Culletons. There was another person up there, Ben Egan was his name. You take the cream and get it off, and it would be 5:30 or 6 o'clock again. You'd leave the creamery in Donaghmore. You head on for Clonaslee.
With the load of skim.
That was when we got the tanks on the lorry.
Oh, you're going to bulk away from the cans,
there was no cans now for that work up there.
But the day seemed to get very long on you, Martin, if you were starting in Spink and
yes, at that time we wouldn't mind, you know. I wasn't too cut up at home. I had the other boys at home. They were
that's it.
For a few years there. So
it was all in a day's work.
When they went off, then it was more
pressure.
It had to be there, like, or near enough to home, anyhow.
Yeah. So you took the skim out to the pig farms.
Yeah, the big Culletons and Egg, and there was two of them.
Yeah, and Glanby ended up buying the pig farm up there, didn't they?
They did, aye.
Later on.
I don't know what's going on in it now.
Yeah, I know it's gone over now.
It's gone over now.
Closed completely, yeah. And then on the lorry then, that skim stopped, of course. I don't know what year that stopped, when they started collecting bulk when they built Ballaragat.
When they built Ballaragat, I'm not able to tell you now. I remember we had the tanks on the lorry at the time, at that times anyhow. And it was back, the very first open milk ever went into Townmore, I took it in.
Or into Ballaragat?
Into Ballaragat. But they only had the factory built, like.
Yeah.
And there was no entrance gates or nothing around it. And word seemingly came to Spink to Benmore to send down a half a tank of milk. They had some of these separators and Yost wanted to
see what it work,
So I got the job of taking on this, about half a tank of milk, took it in down, threw in around, and there was two lads came out and said, "Did you bring a pipe to carry in this milk?" "No, I didn't. I heard nothing about pipes," says I. "How did you fill it where you were?" You see, where we were at Spink, where the little tank was for the milk, there was only a pipe about a little longer than the length of the table, and they just joined it up and pumped it in. But God, that's what we're going to do now, how we're going to get out of the tank into where they wanted. So Madam McPhillips was working over further, and they went over at home and they brought over 5 or 6 lengths of eave shoots. And hooked them up to it.
And got the milk into that way.
That was the first milk went into the factory in Dunamore. Or in
Ballaragat,
yeah.
So it started from small.
Small.
Because it's a massive plant now, like, you know.
So I drove milk in it after then, like.
Yeah.
When the scheme stopped, you see, the milk all went direct to
Ballaragat,
To Ballaragat,
That was a big transition and a big ordeal for farmers, and the change from cans.
They had to do away with the cans. Well, they had the cans for a long time after that, though. A lot of them got tanks, little tanks behind the car. And then they got the shock on the stand, and you wouldn't have to lift in the cans at all. They'd stick in this pipe and suck in the milk.
That's right, suck it up, and you didn't have to.
Done away with an extra man on the stands, like.
That's what it's all about, and Ballaragat, like, it became it's a super factory now, and it's a bank place.
I was never in it now for years.
It's after, it's big employer and
big everywhere.
Adding plenty of value to the milk in it, But anyway, it started from small beginnings,
Started very small.
So then you were on the big lorry then, and the same thing. There was no forklift running on the lorry. There was no piggyback.
Water for a lot of manure, and you'd have to carry it from a creeper, like, and build it on the load. Well, you always have someone with you, like, you know.
You'd have to have a helper,
But other than that, now, sure, it was 66, I think we got the new, 67 we got the new lorry. So it was a big achievement in Spink area, like, you know.
It was the top of the area,
It was,
The new lorry in the area was massive,
Get this load of meal to go off around Lovercorn and up in narrow roads and Woolfield and on across to Rahineska and all along there. Tummock, across that road, you know, there.
Oh, God, small little road, And of course, pig meal was a fair big thing that.
Pig meal and
lots of
mash.
Lots of houses and pigs.
Lots of houses and flour used to be terrible work. People used to get 4 stones of flour at that time. Like, an odd family would get 100 bags of flour.
Good God.
When we started on the lorry now, and you'd have to carry that in and lay it on a chair or something for inside. You couldn't lay it down on a stand outside, you know.
No, absolutely not.
Maybe butter.
Butter was a big thing that time as well.
Butter come and take 2 pounds of butter to you and 4 pounds for someone else. And if you had a warm day then, and you'd have to be in a mess in a box, be soft, you'd have to be shocking hard to carry it into someone.
Someone, and yeah, you had to personally leave it into him, yeah.
Yeah,
and of course, yeah.
And you were at the end of a lane or something, then you couldn't leave it out either. It was terrible awkward.
Yeah.
There used to be terrible work about it. You leave it out, a dog or something that come and snap it up.
Sweep it up, oh God, yeah. Of course, the cans were the same, like a sow and cow. The sow would turn over the can and left in the stand, and there'd be trouble with neighbours.
Yes, I know.
Over turning over these cans and things. Anyway, transition from that into bulk tanks upon farms and the whole thing.
Made a fierce difference.
Changed up.
No, sure, changed the whole scope, like everything changed.
The scale went up.
It did, everything changed.
Sure,
the numbers of cows and everything went up, sure. That time there was maybe 5 or 6 cows, and you'd have some cans of milk and there'd be a little sup in the bottom of the can. You went to lift it in a hurry and couldn't let you off, you know.
Oh, gotcha. So now, sure, Martin, that's your working career. So we'll move on to the hurling then and things, and you can tell me your hurling career started.
Hurling started with Ballapicus in the 50s too. I used to ramble up to Tommy Doley, Mikey Doley there.
Yeah. You were telling us, Martin, that there was no juvenile teams back then?
No juveniles. Well, there was a juvenile team in Ballyhill. Took a few of us from Knox School one time. And I got to play one match, and that's all I played in juvenile. I never done any more juvenile.
Yeah.
But I used to come over to the Garmin's Field with Tommy Doley at that time, and that went on for a few years. Then in that time I'd go up with the road myself, and there'd be a few of a Sunday hurling the field. There'd be a big crowd there for a Sunday.
Where was this pitch now, Martin?
Down at Muldowney's now.
Oh yeah, in Timmy Gorman's down on the lawn.
Yeah.
That's where you started the hurling down there.
Yeah, started.
Yeah.
So I didn't start. The first time I got to hurl with Ballapicus then was back about 60, I think it was. Yeadameen started at that time, top.
Yeah.
And
1960 we started together.
Playing a corner forward at that time.
Yeah. Was that the first teams in?
Yeah.
In Ballapicus, Tom, yeah?
The Ballapicus club was broken up for a couple of years.
Yeah.
They won the junior championship in 55. And then they went to 57 or 8, and they broke up in 58. And then we started it off again in 1960.
Then there was 2 teams in Ballapicus. I think it was about 1960 or 61. There was a second team. There were just 2 junior teams, and you played on one, you couldn't play on the other.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So the second team I played on it one day in Mount Ratton, and sometime after they said, "Oh, you shouldn't have played. We should have kept you for this other one."
For the first team, yeah. There was no such thing as Junior A or Junior B, Martin, was
there? No, there were just 2 junior teams.
Yes,
the thing at the time.
At the same level, yeah.
And we got so back around 62 then, I was on the first team, sure. We got bet with Kilcotton, I think it was. And went on to 63 then, and we played a couple of matches. I was playing in the forwards at that time. I didn't make much of a job of it now, but we got lined up with John Brophy and Lough Whalen, and they brought me back to the backs.
Yeah.
So I remained the corner back for a few years, 63 and 64.
Yeah, they were very successful years at Ballapicus.
They were great years.
Yeah.
Tom, Paddy and Peter Wallace and Christie.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of good hurlers. Timmy Costigan was there dominating around the middle of the field. Timmy was a great centre field man. If you remember Tom, Christie Wallace would do all the running, and Timmy would be there in the centre of the field. And he had a big hand and he'd catch it.
It was a perfect match. You had a good few matches in 63, had you, Tom, before the final?
Oh, I had.
You had 63. So we had the biggest match of all against Ballyhill, wasn't it? In 63.
Yeah.
We had matches before that though.
Oh, we had.
Are you Mount Mellick? You played Mount Mellick anyway, and you played.
Played Mount Mellick, all right. In Mount Mellick, wasn't it?
In Mount Mellick,
yeah.
I think that was the first time Lough Whalen and John Brophy came.
That's right.
That was the
first match
that they came.
Yeah. So 63 was a successful year anyway, Martin.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, you won the first junior again.
Junior, yeah. I got knocked out in the final in the latter end, ended up in the hospital.
What did you? Yeah.
Built on the fire there. There was no helmets, you know, or nothing at that time.
No one had helmets, yeah?
No one minded anything.
Yeah.
Pull away.
Oh, yeah. So tell us, who did you get the belt from, or can you remember what happened?
I don't always remember nothing for a while, until I was all blood and covered in blood. And
Yeah.
brought me up to the hospital. Sean McGrath at Arshmerson, and my own cousin brought me up.
Sean over from
Craig,
Carriglass, or Craig, oh yeah. Was Sean running with you that time?
Sean was a sub that time.
Oh,
He
he's
hurt
sub.
that year,
Right.
early on, so
Yeah.
he went off to Dublin that year, I think, and he wasn't to come back anyhow.
All right, right,
He was
yeah.
never that interested in the hurling anyhow.
Yeah. So you end up in the hospital, you obviously got a good few stitches, did you, Martin?
6 or 7 stitches there.
Yeah.
That's right, I was all right when I came home.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
played a lot.
knocked out, yeah. Yeah. So where was the celebrations after the 63 final?
God, I don't think there was any celebrations.
Yeah.
There was nothing major at all.
Did you go for a meal or?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't get home out of hospital about 11 o'clock that night.
Oh,
anyhow. They didn't let me out, you see.
Yeah.
They
So
kept you for a while.
yeah.
No, I don't think there was anything, sure. There was nothing at that time. Even 64, there was nothing.
Did you gather at Cobbler's Cross in '63? No, you
I
don't.
don't think so, no.
Yeah.
No, there was no big celebrating at all at that time. So.
Yeah.
Donny came in after. We missed out on them good things.
Yeah. Can you remember who was training you, Martin, in '63?
Mick Cranny.
Mick Cranny, oh yeah.
Mick Cranny and Ned Duff, wasn't it, Tom?
McCranny and then, yeah.
Yeah, or the chief men. You know,
Chief trainers, yeah.
Dick Costigan used to be involved, and Jack maybe as well.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember as well.
Yeah. There was 63, you won the final in 64.
The intermediate in 64.
Yeah. That was a huge achievement over Ballypickel's first.
Major ones.
Yeah. Can you remember which of the matches or which build up to 64?
Well, built up to 64, we played Mount Bellick in the first round and got hard enough to beat him in Portlaoise.
Yeah.
The next one was against Kyle. In where was that, Tom? It was up around Boris in Austria or somewhere, was it? Playing Kyle in the semi-final.
I think it's in Montreal.
Huh?
I think it's in Montreal.
Montreal? Or maybe it was Montreal too. God, you could be right.
Yeah.
Could be now, Montreal. That was a tough match though. But that year we got Billy Delaney, there's Mercy on Billy Delaney from Ballykill. He was in college down in Limerick at the time, and he didn't get to play with Ballykill. He was must have been doing exams or something.
All right.
And he was free. If you were a year down, you could play then. So he played with us in the semi-final.
Right.
He played very well in the semi-final against Kyle.
He was one cornerback and you were the other cornerback. Willie was one cornerback as a Billy Delaney, and you were the other cornerback. Yeah.
Eamon was fullback, and Mulholland was fullback.
Oh, gotcha. Eamon from Ballyroan, yeah.
Eamon was dominating everything at that time, sure.
Yeah.
He wanted to be out of his way, you know. He was a strong fella.
Strong, good player, like, yeah.
But then, of course, the half-back line catered for a lot of our... There was 3 good half-backs, Peter Wallace and Paddy Call and PJ Call.
Oh, yeah, they were well able to run, yeah.
They were well able to hurl as well.
Yeah. So you had a good few lads in Ballyroan, you know.
Yeah, sure, we had a Pummel Hall, sure, mostly.
Yeah. Liam Purcell.
We had Liam Purcell as sub. He only brought him on as sub.
He must have been very young, was he?
Yeah, sure, he was after playing with Laois Minors in 63.
All right, so he was a minor,
I thought he should have been playing maybe early on, but they didn't play him anyhow. Why, I don't know, no.
Anyway, tactics maybe, yeah.
Must have been, and brought him in all right.
Yeah.
Which are, but he was a sub in 63 as well, I think he was, yeah.
Was there trouble in the 64, an objection or something? Did that go on in 1964?
That was after.
Oh, that was at the...
68.
Oh, yeah.
But the 64 one, I got put off in 64.
All right.
So, it was my own fault, so...
Right.
The ball came back off of the crossbar. I'm not sure whether it was off the crossbar or off of Bill Barry stopped it.
Yeah.
And of course, I got a tip I had, and I went over the lad's head that I was on. He pulled down and hurled on top of me. And of course, I swung back at him.
Yeah, bit of a reaction, yeah.
And there was no more to it. Coleman came over, he says, you want to fight? He says, go out there. So that finished it.
Did you put the toe off?
Put the toes off.
Ah, yeah, so no one had an advantage, yeah?
No.
So you remember that, yeah?
I remember it well, lucky enough that the toe, if I had to go down, I'd have been right, like, you know.
Yeah. That wasn't...
Second thoughts.
That wasn't in your DNA to go down, Martin, no?
The build-up was, they weren't going to let anyone miss you, that's it.
Yeah, ah, yeah.
So, that went on then, so we played senior then for a couple of years, 66 and 67.
Yeah.
Portlaoise Bears in 66. 67, Ballycolin, or St. Canis's Bears.
Oh, yeah, St. Canis's, yeah, that's a name you wouldn't hear nowadays.
No, they're gone for a good few years.
And who was Canis's? Who was...
Or Ballycolin, like.
No, they were just Ballycolin.
Ballycolin,
Yeah.
They used to call it Canis's,
Right.
But there was a second chance then. They brought in the Losers group around that time. And you played behind the first round, you would get a second round. So we met Glenad in the second round in Abbey Leagues.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was a big achievement.
It was. We ran him to 2 points. John Brophy had a great game that day.
Yeah.
He scored 3 in goals. And he done what he liked.
Yeah, he played
So
great,
it was like getting bet now, but they weren't bet anyhow.
Yeah.
They were fairly strong and hardy and tough at the time.
Yeah. That was 67, yeah. So.
I think it was 67 or 60. It could have been 66. That was. No, I'm not sure which year it was.
It was a massive achievement for the local club to be playing senior now.
To be senior in Benefic.
Because only started the club in 1960, yeah.
That's right.
It was a big achievement, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So 68 then, after 67 now, we got nowhere. So we got regraded junior, from senior to junior.
Right.
In 68.
Right, yeah,
And we got to the final.
Very good, because, yeah.
And Ballykill was the problem team again.
Yeah.
And we beat him in Montreal. Tom Mall remembers that.
Yeah.
Who had someone born, one of the lads was born that day.
No, I think
Francis was born.
Well, there was celebrations all around, so, yeah.
Or how the fort were in the dressing room, the little old horse was on the far side of the field.
Yeah.
Ballykill was all out and hurling around the field, and we were standing in a lump at the door waiting for putting in the time that Tom might be here. But see, there was no phones or nothing.
Yeah.
No one knew where you were. We knew where you were, all right.
Yeah, they did not, yeah.
And the next thing, we were going out from back one, and we met Tom coming. Remember that, coming across the field? Because he was a quick get out, and the catch after quarter of an hour, Ballykill was 8 or 9 points up.
Yeah.
They were doing what they like.
Yeah.
Peter got into it fairly strong. PJ Britton was doing havoc, like, and Peter got a tip at him, and that finished his hurling. He didn't come near him anymore. So we got into it. Timmy Costigan got a goal. Your centre field, was it?
I was centre field, yeah.
Paddy Lacey, the first time Paddy Lacey was playing. Jimmy Delaney was doing the dribble that day. Lord Mercy on him too.
Yeah, Lord Mercy was right, yeah.
Paddy Lacey struck him enough and jostled him. Jimmy was coming through the ball and he's hurled.
Yeah.
And Paddy Lacey, Bishop Savage was in here. I can hear the thresh of it still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Jimmy Dummett didn't do as well after anyhow.
I think things change around, yeah.
And I think he's got a goal. And Murty McDonnell got a goal. I think it was Murty got the goal. And Mick Fingleton of Rahineska was the one umpire.
Yeah.
And he was telling me after, so I could have disallowed the goal. He says, but you were getting hammered, he says. And I said the goal didn't do no harm. Jimmy Rankins was refereeing it, you see.
Oh, yes.
And we had Billy Fitzgerald at the other end.
Yeah.
We weren't too badly off either one.
Yeah, you were well geared. You got her over the green that day, yeah?
Yeah.
So that was good.
So that's 69. Then we broke up, I think, after that, wasn't it? Had we ever a match after that?
No.
I was thinking that. No.
There was no team in 69.
We got to that final, of course, against Trollislee.
You had no team, Tom, in 69 or?
70.
Yeah.
Or 71.
Or 71.
Or 71.
Yeah.
Back again in 72.
Aye, back in 72.
And where did the players go, in the 1970, 71 or?
Five of us went to Cole.
Yeah.
So we went to Cole.
Aye.
All right.
And we met in the final again, Cole and the kid met in the final. In the intermediate final.
And what year was that?
71.
71, was it?
Aye.
Yeah.
Cole won with 5 or 6 points.
Right.
And Paddy and myself and Damon Hall, Sharon Hall, Neil Purcell, Anthony Purcell.
Went with Colt, yeah. So other lads went to Ballykill, so.
Peter Wallace and Christy, I think. I think Christy was.
Aye, Peter Wallace went to Ballyhill and I went to Ballyhill that year.
Yeah.
And bad.
Right. Well, sure. Yeah. It was definitely rivalry anyway. It's best sure Ballypickers lads playing Ballypickers lads, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mick Murray was probably coming on the scene in Colt at time, was he? And Bernie Murray and.
Early Murray.
Yeah.
We were playing Colt in Abbey Lakes.
Oh, two Dolphins, yeah. Sorry.
We were playing Colt in Abbey Lakes on even, and the two Murrays was playing. But Mick was a corner forward. I was playing, and Bernie was a corner back. Low Whalen was playing, and sure, whoever Luke done Lake scored a goal. Lake scored his goal, and didn't he lose his hurl? I'm sure. Bernie Murray caught the hurl and fired it. Remember up on the bank, if you remember that, didn't it hit Luke's car? Since well,
got the blood warmed up in a bit.
Everywhere, aye.
Yeah. That was in the 70s then, sure. Then, so you started back the team again then, Tom, in?
72.
72, yeah.
73 it was. We were 2 years with Cole.
All right.
73, yeah.
73, yeah.
We lost the place in the Cole team.
74, 75.
All right.
In 73. It was a big goal for. In 71, we won. Richie took over in 73.
Yeah. And Richie ended up playing with Clonard after whoever.
Clonard after that.
That's
yeah,
right,
he was in
yeah.
Colt, right. Yeah. So can you remember much of the revival in Martin in 73
The 75, I don't remember that much about it now. I wasn't terribly involved in it at that time.
that time? Yeah.
Well, it came on to 78 or so. It was 77 or 8 I was chairman. Do you remember that? I think it was 78. And then 79, we got to the league final that the song was about.
Yeah.
That's right,
Yeah.
Aidan Barry was secretary. He was doing a lot of talking at that time.
Yeah.
We're down in the field when there was a tournament in Ellis, and we got invited into it, you see, and went on to this match, and Lord Mercer and Ned Fitz, he died coming out of it.
That's right, yeah. I remember that well, yeah.
We were involved in it, I think.
Yeah, well, I was getting the lift along on Ned Fitz. I went to the match along on Ned Fitz.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was very cold even up in Rosenellis. It was down there, under the road. And
But before that, Barry and myself were talking about it. We may get someone to train these or do something for this league final.
Yeah.
He suggested to get Mick Bain.
Yeah.
So he got Mick Bain. We had a great chat with him and brought him on to instruct him for the final.
Yeah.
And he got sure he done great work to get him going.
Yeah.
He done great talking to him anyhow. Oh, it's the best. I never heard a lad talk as well to a team.
And motivate him, yeah.
Everywhere, yeah.
He was very successful anyway. He done a good job on him.
He was at that time with different teams too.
Yeah. That was late in the year, wasn't it? Because we went up to John Day's field to train that year. Do you remember any of that, John Day?
I got to do, yeah.
Up at the side of the hill there.
Yeah.
Up at where your sister has the house now.
So there was a big light in the chimney there. It was an alarm to clear big shade with a big bulb with a little bit flashing. That was the spotlight, I suppose.
Yeah, it's for the running, yeah. We're in the band hall up there, of course,
That's
for
right. That was the big.
for Mick Bain's talk and things, yeah. So, can you remember much of the 79 league final, Martin? What can you remember of it?
Yeah, sure. remember that Sir Tom was in the goal, and PJ, my old brother, was corner back.
Yeah.
The big talking was that they would put Ned full forward, Lord mercy on Ned. He didn't get too well. He brought him back a half back the second half, and he done very well.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that well part of it.
Of course, Noel Peacock was playing with Milltown that day.
No, Peacock was with Milltown, and
He
wasn't too simple either.
Oh, God knows, yeah. He's a hardy little lad, good player, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But sure, Milltown got a goal in the latter end. So we're late, and I'd be a point or something, or 2 points. Milltown got this goal, and you were in the goal, Tom. Was it you or Sean Whalen who pucked out the ball?
I was in the goal when Noah Peacock scored a goal. And I was down in one knee in the Nixon after the goal, one in the carpet and the post. And the next thing I could hear Sean Whalen. Give me that fucking ball.
That's
I
right.
got the ball and threw it out to Sean Whalen.
He got a master throw that. I remember that part of it well though.
Oh, God, yeah.
And Sir Winter, was it Paddy Wallace got it or Mickey Wallace?
It was Paddy Wallace got it.
Paddy Wallace got it and passed it to Mickey.
That's the lead.
That's right.
And then up in the goal, so.
A goal on the last of the puck of the ball,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a lovely way to win a match anyway, great for good fun, yeah.
The story goes that Tom was looking for the ball, puck it out. He asked Black Jack, where's the ball? Black Jack said it's in the fucking head
Yeah. It's a good story anyway, yeah. From Ballapicka's point of view, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
as well. And
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, fair enough, yeah.
I have to say, my connection with Martin Lalor, I made my debut in 1978, and it was over in Burstmaster. And I travelled to with Martin Lalor, and I was out in his car up the hill.
Yeah.
And Ballapicka's had 2 teams that day out. I think we played Commerce in the 2 of them actually. I'm not sure now, but I know in the first game anyway, I was playing in the junior team, I suppose. I didn't play with junior B, I didn't watch this, but I remember Tony Carter senior was in goals for Ballapicka's that day. And we were near enough to, I think we're a point or 2 down and time was nearly up and we were playing well and this ball came in and they put the hurl up for spun off the top of the hurl track into the back of the net for an RD.
Oh, my God.
And I still remember Tony Carter 30 up.
Tony will give you 10 years left.
Oh, yeah.
I remember tagging out anyway at the back of Martin Lalor's car in the bank. And bank in Burstmaster, that was my first connection.
It was a start.
It's a start of the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Tony was a long-serving member of that team too. He was 63 and
Yeah.
there a lot of years.
Yeah, Tony. I thought you was in the goals for a big number of years, yeah.
Tony and Billy. Billy was a decent Ballapicka's man anyhow.
Billy's pink card.
He was always out, always ready to go.
Yeah. Good hurler, okay.
He was fair, God he was.
Yeah. So then we move on from the hurling, Martin, and you took positions in the club. You were chairman and...
He was chairman there for a few years then.
Yeah.
It must have been around 78 to 81 or 2, was it? You were in next after me anyhow.
Yeah.
I got in after you, yeah.
You were, was it 81 or 2?
I think it was around 81 or 2.
It was one of them years.
And
Then sure, I was a selector and I nearly had too many jobs.
you had a lot of jobs, and well, fair play. You kept the flag flying and kept it going. You were chairman, yeah.
Yes.
And can you remember any?
Going to meetings, maybe, an odd meeting too. And
Yeah, into the county. Yeah.
myself and Ned went to a good few meetings.
Yeah.
And Barry used to do a lot at that time.
Yeah.
That was the county board meeting.
Ah,
The county board meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah, yeah. There was no trouble, or what would you call it? Controversial meetings around that time. It was straight enough, was it? Like from
Not
78,
too bad.
81 was.
No.
Yeah. things run smooth enough, like, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't too bad.
Yeah. And then Tom took over chairman, then to chair. I suppose Aidan Barry was secretary all along them times, sort of.
Aidan was secretary.
Yeah. And things run, and they won the final in 79.
Actually 5 was it though, or actually 3 they were back in the final, wasn't it? Steve Bloom there.
84.
84 was it?
84. 83 was it?
And can you remember what happened in 84, John?
Well, they do well.
Yeah.
It was a long hot summer. I didn't play football at that time, Spink, I think I didn't start. I think there was no football in Spink at that time.
No, probably not, I suppose. No.
And we went out in the first round in 84, and Mount Rath beat us by a pint in every leagues.
In every league, that's right.
I remember Vicky and Christy got sent off that day, and we finished up losing by a pint. And I remember it was the first long year nothing going on.
Oh, not at all going 84, yeah.
So that's what I remember about 84. But we had the big centennial celebrations in the field. I think later on in the year.
Oh, that's right, yeah, in 84, the latter part of the year, yeah. They were on the same day as Ballyroan one was on, actually, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, the centenary celebrations, I remember that, yeah. And of course, 1985 was a famous year, John.
Oh, we're very busy in 85, yeah.
Actually 5 was a good one, right?
Yeah, that was a big year, yeah.
I can remember Ned won a trip to America in 85. We had, he was doing fierce.
It was held up for a long time, yeah.
He was planning this trip and he didn't want to miss out. And
that's right.
hurling, or he didn't want to miss out making hay. And he was trying to work it out that he could go on his holidays and that would be all over. Like, so he organised the tournament in the August.
Yeah.
So as it worked out, we drew with Tim Hall 2 or 3 times actually. And it was a fierce wet year, so there was neither haymaking or hurling match going or nothing. So.
Everything went wrong.
Everything went wrong, yeah. Like, we had a relations out in Tipperary, and there was an uncle, well, he'd be married to an aunt of ours. He used to say it was a great year for a tip, and the hay barn was full of hay, cork or bed, and there would be a silverware in the sideboard. So that's the way I never think of that year too.
It was a very successful year anyway, yeah.
It
Worked out good, yeah. So then, Martin, you were chairman then years, then you were made president, of course, a number of years later. And, yeah.
I never showed up at a match or a meeting or anything since.
Yeah, but it's a privileged position, and there was a good film, yeah. I was looking back through the books there and see different men that played hurling, you know, their presidents,
yeah. Sure, Billy Carter was, there's mercy on Billy, he was president for a few years.
Yeah.
That's the worst of it, you see, you're nearly finished up when you...
when you're made president, it's an honorary position, yeah. I suppose before we finish up, you produced 2 good sons for Ballapicus anyway when you left the legacy. Liam and MJ, they're after being stalwarts and brilliant hurlers for Ballapicus.
Right. They were better hurlers than I was anyhow.
Yeah. So, you know, they're absolutely excellent hurlers, yeah. I'm sure you must have got great enjoyment watching them. And
Sure, used to be delighted to go see them, sure you would. Yeah. Even when they were small, we used to be ready to go when the matches, even to the school matches, you know.
Oh, God, yeah. The progress from that, yeah.
It was great matches, the school matches.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable. Yeah, and of course they played juvenile football. MJ played with Ballyroan.
He did. Both of them played juvenile football at Ballyroan.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's right,
Yeah, so I was training the juveniles in Ballyroan when they were playing now, yeah.
I suppose,
and they were great chaps. Yeah, we had a good few chaps down from Ballykill, down from Spink that time, yeah.
That's right.
So we happened to win an under-12 championship.
Does from Spink to Ballyroan now?
No, that's kind of stopped now, yeah. And I suppose that was Ballapicus has missed out on some of the Ballyroan players as well, Martin.
missed out badly,
in latter years.
It's a pity, like.
Yeah, exactly, because...
It's a pity for an old rural club like Ballapicus, like, to let him down, like.
Yeah, after...
in that sense.
Eamon Hall, and you were talking with different lads, Camden Ballyrone, but...
Eamon Hall and the Purcells and...
That changed.
Peacock.
Yeah. It left Ballapicus a disadvantage.
There's both for Ballapicus. The Eamon Hall was very much.
Yeah.
44, wasn't it? I don't know much about it now.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. No. Billy Carter, Mercy and Billy, we used to be talking about it all the time.
Yeah.
Mom Fitz and Paddy Peacock and them played with Blansford, didn't they? Jack Mash. There's Mercy and Jack.
Yeah.
Who else now? Larry Kindy of Iron Mills, I think, played with him. Eamon Kindy's father.
Yeah. With Blansford.
Yeah.
He was after moving to Bannakill at the time, was he?
No, that was his home place.
No, that was his home place, all right. I just assumed he moved to Timahaw. I don't know why you thought that, yeah.
No, it was
his relations. Yeah,
it's
the other way around.
To Timahaw,
Right.
Who else? No, I heard of that team, all right, but I'm not fit to think of it now. You should have heard of Tom, did you?
Well, I did. Johnny Carter was big into it. The Carter.
Johnny Carter, right.
Yeah, Christy Carter.
The Kinsells, wasn't it? Billy Kinsler.
Yeah.
I can't think of any more. Bob Fitz, I think, was on that too, wasn't he? Yeah. Probably Ned was, I suppose.
I assume so, sure, yeah. But there's still the hurling ground in Bland's Farm down there near Dury Cross.
That's right.
It still goes as the hurling ground, so...
That's the name of it, eh?
That's the you're talking about.
There on the left-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So obviously, they obviously trained there. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Have you any more to add to the interview, Tom, or have you any more questions you'd like to ask?
No. I haven't no idea. Was it Billy Carter was president down before he was?
Yeah.
President of the Club for 1 week, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. President after Johnny died, whenever Johnny died.
And so if you guys not a reign now with Billy.
Huh?
You guys not a reign now with Billy.
It'll be great, yeah?
You'll never
Did you
know.
message for the present day?
Uh-huh.
Sorry?
That's my words of wisdom for the present.
Present team, yeah. What's your words of wisdom for the present team, and what way do you look things might go going forward?
They're not too bad at present, like, but they're a little bit more training, get more together, like.
Yeah, for the coming year, yeah.
From looking at them, like, they're not going together as well as they did there a year ago.
Yeah.
But hopefully they will get on. Once they get a couple of rounds on, it's always the story in Ballapicus. The first few rounds is always dodgy.
Yeah. Get warmed into it.
Get into it after then, yeah. That was in our time too, it was the very same.
As the year goes on, yeah.
As the time goes on.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll make a shape now.
Exactly, be great, yeah.
Have something to look forward to.
Yeah. But sure, at this stage, that's all I have to do is to say thanks ever so much to Martin Lalor for his memories and different things in the Ballapicus Club, and we look forward to looking ahead on video, and wish him the best in his retirement, I suppose, from the hurling scene and the positions in the club and things. And we wish both his sons the best of luck in the hurling, and we certainly wish Ballapicus all the best for the coming year. So thanks ever so much, Martin, for that lovely interview and the memories. Thank you.